What do I do now to sell spring of 2019? Hi, I'm Caroline Gow in the Baird & Warner Glenbrook office. This week starts a 2-week series of what to do now to sell your house in the spring of 2019. So when I sit down with sellers, I always get these questions, and one of them that always comes up that you'd be interested to hear about is, should I make improvements before selling or leave them to the new owner? So that's a loaded question, and without the stock word of it depends, in general, I would say that we want to take care of any of the deferred maintenance. So when a buyer looks at something that is a $1,000 repair, they always take it times 3. So they'll say, oh, that's a $3,000 repair. So we want to handle any red flags up front. And paint is your least expensive investment. So I would say that if you could get rid of the bold colors because they don't photograph well, and crystal clean everything so that it smells nice and it looks great. And we're going to declutter. So another question that I get is, what else should I do now to get the best price in the spring? So in my world, spring actually means January 7th of 2019. And I say that because historically, homes that are listed in January tend to sell faster and closer to the asking price. Why is that, Caroline? Well, the answer is, in Chicagoland, only serious buyers are out looking in the cold. So if we do have a showing, they are ready to go and they are not kicking tires. So we want to capitalize on those showings. So another way that we can get the best price is to prepare now, which means I would like to meet with you early on in December so that we can come up with a plan. We'll go room by room to highlight what kind of things we need to take care of, and we want to plan early. So another question I get from a seller is, should I hire a building inspector now to learn if anything needs to be fixed? So at the risk of upsetting some of my home inspector partners, I would actually say, when I'm working in the best interest of my seller client, the answer is no. I would say that the problem is it creates a false sense of expectations. If a seller hires a building inspector to come in and they handle the objections in the report, then a buyer comes in with their own inspector, and you can have the same house and 5 inspectors, and they'll have a whole different list of punch list items. And then the seller is going to say, well, I did everything over here, what's wrong with it? So instead, what I would recommend is to have me come through, and I'll look from a buyer's eyes, as well as I've been to a lot of home inspections. I'm not a home inspector, but I know kind of what kind of things are going to come up and that we should address early. And most of them would be deferred maintenance items, such as a crack on the ceiling or a broken faucet, little things that we can see. We'll just do a very detailed list. So next week, we're going to be doing a few more questions about how to prepare your house for sale and get the most for your money in 2019. See you next week. Did you find this video helpful? Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more local tips and resources.